2025 is going to be the greatest year for Bitcoin yet, and it all starts with Donald Trump's inauguration. You see, right now, markets are primed to follow what happened back in 2016, where Donald Trump took office, and after the inauguration, markets went absolutely parabolic. Bitcoin going from roughly $800 per Bitcoin to nearly $20,000. And today, we are just a few weeks away from what could be an incredible bull market. Now, by the end of this video, I'm going to be going over some bold Bitcoin price predictions for 2025. So make sure you stick until the end, because before we do so, we need to cover why this is going to be the greatest year in history for crypto. And it all started at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville.
Plan today, I am announcing that if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. I hope you do well, please. This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile.
The Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Donald Trump has stepped forward as the most pro-crypto president in history and has been building an A-team when it comes to regulatory approach for the crypto industry. After recently appointing the CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald, a $13.2 billion company, Howard Lutnick came out and said this.
The easiest way to get a clear view of where Bitcoin is going over the next 5 years is take a look at the last 5. Right? The last 5, Bitcoin has been an outsider in the finance business, but coming closer and closer and closer. Right now, there's an ETF just starting to go a little bit mainstream, maybe a toe in the water of mainstream, but banks still can't clear it. Banks still can't transact in it. Banks still can't custodian it. Banks still won't transact in it, and they won't finance it yet. I think people misunderstand traditional financial service companies. They want to transact in Bitcoin. They want new asset classes to transact in. That's just a good thing, but they need the regulator to say it's okay. Right now, today, right? If a bank were to hold your Bitcoin, they would have to set aside their own money equal to that amount in sort of like in a jail. I mean, you'd say, so, well, that's crazy. The answer is that's why they don't hold it. But if you let them hold it, if the regulatory environment was good, you will see all the traditional financial service companies.
Now, Lutnick is now the Secretary of Commerce under the Trump administration, and he just recently partnered with the largest stablecoin provider in the world, USDT Tether. A company that for some reason people want to FUD, but they continuously come out on top every single day. Tether has now opened 2025 with an ally in the White House and more than $5 billion in profits. And they are very close with Lutnick himself, who is in talk for Tether about a $2 billion Bitcoin lending project. It explains why Donald Trump is buying 4 specific altcoins. You may have seen this on Arkham Intelligence, but they hold Chainlink, ENA, and of course, Ondo, ENA being Athena, buying millions of dollars worth of tokenization products. And that's exactly why our bags are filled with tokenization in real-world asset plays. But we will be getting to those predictions here in just a moment. Because with this, Trump has also appointed a new AI and crypto czar, David Sachs, who believes that Bitcoin is going to be transforming our entire economy. Alongside Elon Musk and, of course, Vivek Ramaswamy, who are appointed. They are unofficial appointees, but now living closely with Donald Trump. Elon Musk just moved right next door to Mar-a-Lago, and they are going to be creating the Doge Commission, the Department of Government Efficiency. And if that's somehow still not enough for you, you had RFK Jr. come out and say, if the world were on a Bitcoin standard and our money held its value, we would all have the ability to live more abundant lives. Now the Secretary of Health for the United States. This alongside, of course, Scott Kupper, who is going to serve as the director of the Office of Personal Management and stems directly from none other than A16Z Crypto. Guys, if you want to watch any cryptos, this guy's going to be directly responsible for now the management of the offices in the White House, and they have one of the largest crypto portfolios on the planet. I mean, they hold companies like Aptos, Avalanche, Arweave, Aztec, Chia. These are all products I've seen that are both old and brand new. Dfinity IPP or ICP, Flow, Uniswap, Morpho, Near, and the list goes on. Those are all cryptos you're going to want to be paying attention to, and we'll be talking about in another video. So make sure you guys subscribe to this channel and stick around so you don't miss out on the content, because Scott is very bullish on crypto, to say the least. But the predictions for 2025 that we're going to be talking about today stem from Alistair Milne on X. With nearly 200,000 views, a lot of people are agreeing with this analyst. His first prediction came out and said to be the big one. Trump won't actually announce a Bitcoin buying on behalf of the United States in 2025, but he will sign an order preventing any seized Bitcoin from being sold, creating a de facto reserve, and this will create the first established global FOMO. You see, the United States does not need to be the first person to actually, or the first country to add Bitcoin to a strategic reserve. If he signs an executive order, of course, creating this de facto reserve with what we already currently hold, it is going to cascade a massive effect of FOMO across several other nations, and is why many different institutions are coming out and predicting that several nations are going to be adding Bitcoin strategic reserves to their governments in 2025. I think you can imagine what the price action of Bitcoin will be after his inauguration if this takes place. Number 2, though, Alistair comes out and says other smaller and more nimble nations, in addition to Bhutan and El Salvador, will announce Bitcoin reserves and start buying or mining before the United States does. Middle Eastern countries could potentially start announcing their holdings. Number 3, at least one other S&P 500 company, not Tesla and not MicroStrategy, will announce it has acquired some Bitcoin in 2025. I personally believe this right here will end up being a huge reason on why Bitcoin surpasses 120K. We actually, in fact, might get this announcement as early as Q2 this year, after, of course, corporations add Bitcoin to their balance sheets in Q1. Bitcoin should get around to 200 and 250K even without the US buying, and if the United States starts buying, expect closer to 500K, yes, in 2025. Now, I don't personally believe this is going to be that price prediction. I think we want to look more towards that $200,000 to $250,000 price range if that announcement does occur. But hey, I have been wrong in the past. I have been proven to not be bullish enough in a lot of different cases, even though I've been nonstop at Bitcoin bull this entire market. A lot of our price predictions have already hit. In fact, it blew past our December price prediction of $80,000 Bitcoin. So in terms of what we can see in those expectations are going to be based off what the Trump administration does set forth for, of course, a Bitcoin strategic reserve or supply and demand shocks moving into the latter half of this year. Last few ones here are going to be Bitcoin peaking in the second half of 2025, October, but the bear market is actually going to be significantly milder than the previous ones, given nation states and corporations will slowly accumulate. I also believe we're going to be entering this phase here, maybe in 2025, but more so towards 2028, where the crypto industry emerges as such a strong asset class. Bitcoin's not going to be as volatile as it once was. When it hits a $10 trillion or $15 trillion price point, it's going to be as volatile as gold. You're going to be looking at 3-4% movements versus these 10, 20, 30, 40% dips that happen occasionally almost every single month. The sectors that are going to be hit the most will be altcoins, as a lot of these new DeFi protocol tokenization products and smart contract protocols are like foundations. They are foundations. They're like smaller companies, and a lot of those will fail. So there's always going to be bull and bear markets in these sectors, and over time you're going to see new industries emerge. Maybe it's quantum, maybe it's AI agents. Personally, in 2025, I think it's DeFi, tokenization, RWAs, AI agents. You guys know my list, and if you want to know all of my favorite cryptos, let me know in the comments below, and we'll dive into that in another video. But Alistair ends off here with Bitfinex is finally sent back to the majority of its hacked Bitcoin, causing a temporary dip in the market as people FUD. But this will be followed by, of course, the FTX beginning to distribute USDT to creditors in Q1. So it's really going to kind of cancel out itself here. You're going to see a lot of FUD coming into this Bitfinex stock that, you know, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, they're going to dump their Bitcoin. They're going to sell into the markets and create this dip. It might create this short-term volatility, but overall, it will definitely be very easily absorbed when FTX begins distributing their USD to creditors in Q1 via several large exchanges. So, in terms of this reinvestment and reallocation, I think people are honestly going to be personally holding. And again, if FedEx does start signing that Bitcoin back, a lot of these Bitcoin holders that have been holding for so long know the capabilities and the understanding of Bitcoin. And I think you'd be quite shocked on how many people might hold long-term or only sell OTC, not affecting price action, how it actually might be priced in, or simply borrow against it. Then, of course, you have MicroStrategy here achieving a Bitcoin yield of 30%. That is absolutely insane. And Ross Ulbricht will be freed from jail. And of course, if you care about your crypto at all, make sure you guys go down below in the description and use code DC20 to get off 20% of course, hardware wallet from getarculus.com. One tap, total security, the best and easiest integration you can possibly make when it comes to having self-custody in crypto. Get your crypto off exchanges, put them on one of these slick, beautiful hardware wallets, and keep your guys' crypto safe today. Because guys, every bull market does have a bear market, and every single time we work with you guys, we go through cycle after cycle after cycle. We know so many people that leave all of their crypto on exchanges and never put it on self-custody, ending in things like Celsius, FTX, and the collapse of many different exchanges, resulting in individuals losing all of their crypto, guys. So go use code DC20 to get 20% off your Arculus wallet today. And of course, send this to families, friends, and anybody that is getting into crypto today. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, and we'll see you in the next video.